he had some trees tapped.
Tapping trees.
Tapping trees.
Yep.
Maple syrup. He was making maple syrup.
Is that right?
And he was putting it in this 55-gallon drum on a little sled behind his horse,
Yep.
and went around. And so we helped him. We tied our ponies and went and helped him. Then he went over to some kind of a pan he had on some bricks and stuff, and had a fire going, and he was boiling his sap and everything, and he was just having a good time by himself making maple syrup. Quite an ingenuity thing, but
And this was one of the Jewetts? He was
Wendell.
doing
Armin.
This was Armin?
Armin. Yeah.
Wendell was our
Wendell was the
Wen-
cousin.
Okay.
Cousin.
Wally's brother.
He
Wally's
got
brother.
killed in sophomore in high school.
Okay.
That's the one that got killed in sophomore. And yeah, but he was. That's what he was. He'd get ingenuity, something. He'd go and just do it by himself.
He loved challenges.
He came to our,
That sounds like
our
Russ.
class reunion. Oh, how many years ago? The last time we seen him, he came in up from where he lived down Coshocton or where I forgot.
Over by Toledo.
Yeah, he,
Oh.
well,
No, he was the other direction.
I thought he was
He
down
lives-
south.
I thought he
was
no,
south,
he-
south of Wellington, somewhere.
Oh no, he was quite a ways away.
Armin, no, he lived, I'll tell you where it was in just a minute.
It was near
I felt
It was,
Toledo.
it's west, no, it was south, way south of
Toledo. It was near
No,
because we go through
I'll
this
agree.
town
I
on
disagree
the
with
way
you,
to.
but you might be right.
Pickway.
No, that
Oh,
was
Pickwick.
not the name of the
That's
place.
over south of Toledo about,
Oh, really?
Yep.
I know he
Pickwick.
drove an oil truck.
Yeah.
He drove an oil
Sh-
truck.
well, it was a cement truck. It was a powdered cement truck at the Shermer.
Where do you live and who do
Well, he
you
had a
know?
different job because he used to come at
Well,
sunrise.
Yeah, well, he did. I mean, yeah, he drove several trucks.
Yeah, he drove. Anyway, he came to our reunion. We invited anybody who was in our class, whether they graduated or not, and he came up to it. And but he was going to go to another, going up to Wellington, I think, reunion or something. He was going somewhere else.
Doesn't matter.
He was dressed up pretty good, you know, and we had a good time and everything, but he spilled something on his shirt. It had a big plop on his shirt, and I felt so bad. I should have, now as I think about it, I should have gave him one of my shirts instead of had to go on with that old big glop on his shirt.
He was really misunderstood and
Yeah.
not encouraged his
Well,
his
his
teacher.
parents never encouraged him either.
No,
Yeah.
teachers, they kind of
Grading and helping both
bypassed
of them.
him, you
Yeah.
know. If he wasn't going to do the work, they would just
Yeah.
fail him, you know.
So he didn't graduate.
So how did this book come to be?
He just wrote it, and then he had somebody print it
He
for him.
found some.
Yeah.
You have a book?
Huh?
You
Yeah.
have a book? What is it, life stories or what is it?
It just
Poems, wasn't
every
it?
poems of all kinds, where he's driving the truck, being on the farm, wherever it is. I mean, it was
Life experience.
he did life experiences. Life
It was
experiences.
one of them was a
Phil.
rhyme or something about lime. One of his poems.
Oh, he had some
I
fun.
wouldn't mind seeing that.
Okay.
Reading that.
Well, remind me, I'll
No, I'm fine, Peg. Sit
dig it
there.
up.
I'm
I
hoping
think I
to
got
grow
two of them.
taller.
I think the one is red. I know one's
She's-
red,
She stands up and eats. and I
about
think,
that thick.
I do. Come here, she
The
stands
other one,
up
I'm
and
not
eats.
sure. I'll have to-
I didn't know he had a book. I knew he had a lot of papers, you know.
Yeah,
By the time I get him.
He
served
started a
for
bicycle
breakfast,
shop.
'cause,
yeah.
What
I have
town?
my breakfast done.
Right in his house,
Because
or a
I eat
barn.
it with the
Yeah.
milk, I
Milk
gotta-
Well, so
I
he
gotta
repair
hurry up
bicycles
when it
and
comes out.
Seems like the
He
Wright
sits down,
brothers.
and then I
He
have
would
to
take a whole wreck bike and
get the
put
milk
two or
out
three of them
there,
together
'cause
and
he
make
never
one.
remembers
Put 'em
to
out-
do that,
out
so
by
get
the
milk
road and
out,
sell 'em.
make his
Yeah.
coffee,
Yeah,
warm
he'd
up
do
his
that.
donut or whatever
He's the
else
only one that
he's
could ride a
having for his-
Shetland pony and his
After.
feet and legs would drag.
So anyhow, by that time I.
He'd ride a pony like
At
this
the night
with a
breakfast.
rail on, he'd be dragging it
And then,
around.
you know, his sister Ardith, you remember Ardith?
I remember the name.
Yeah, she died just this last year.
Yeah.
She's a
Armin
Democrat.
died what, the year
She's a
before?
Democrat, we won't miss her.
Wait,
Then
was
Armin
that the
died,
Democrat?
The daughter.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the Democrat
I don't
mom
know
booed at the
exactly.
4th of July
Maybe more than a
parade.
year
They
ago.
might have been.
They've never forgiven me
Time
for that.
Do you-
What's that?
Have you guys heard this story?
What's that?
We're at the 4th of July parade in election year, and this truck's coming down and it's got Democratic signs on it, whatever. And Mom walks out to the road and she starts booing this Democratic.
Oh,
Well, it was
Sue.
Artist's daughter.
Sue Marie.
Sue
Oh,
Moran
oh,
was running
ran-
for
yeah.
office.
She's a politician.
Yeah.
She didn't realize who the politician was. She's
Oh,
boo,
my.
boo.
Your relative, you booing your relative.
We're
Yeah.
your relatives.
She heard me too, because on the way back, she walked over to me and shook my hand, and that was saying, "I heard you, cousin."
Sue.
Moran, or Sue Jewett.
Artist
Marina's
daughter.
daughter?
Oldest daughter,
Yeah.
Sue.
Yeah.
Sue.
Moreno?
Isn't it?
Morano. Or, I don't know.
Morano?
She got married.
Yeah.
Susie.
No, she ever got
Susie,
married.
that's what I know her.
Yeah.
Susie.
Susie, yeah.
Chubby Susie.
Yeah. still.
Sid and her come into the Dairy Queen here last past summer anyway. I was up there with some guys and we talked.
You were
to
up
her.
there gossiping?
Yeah, we have a gossip corner.
At the Dairy Queen.
Yes.
Carl
Oh,
Craven.
it was Dairy Queens.
Carl Craven,
Okay.
my neighbor Wall, and Ronnie Eaton, Roger,
James.
what is it?
James.
Roger James,
I haven't thought of him in a while.
Beetle, we call him
Yeah,
Beetle.
Beetle, that's right, exactly.
Why'd you call him Beetle?
He looks
Because he was a
beautiful.
little short, kind of short, heavy set.
You weren't very
Glasses.
kind, were you?
Had heavy glasses
What
on.
did, your nickname was your nickname. It wasn't a put down, it's just what you were. I was
Well,
Runt,
people didn't
Squirrel.
used to take it.
Yeah.
I don't think people took names like that seriously. It was a joke. Now they say it reflects on your personality and damages your
You
psyche.
better known it.
I called Peggy Pointer,
Did you live
Porky
there? I'll bring
Pointer,
it.
Porky Pointer until she
I'll
was
bring it to you.
got up when she was Porky and
I
out
have
of
oatmeal.
school. So I thought I better not talk to her Porky.
Oh,
So what did you start to tell us, Dale? Remember?
Well, we saw her and Sid up
Alright.
the
Oh,
Dairy
yeah,
Queen. We
yeah,
just
yeah.
talked to him, you know.
You know, Sid has dementia or Alzheimer's now.
yeah.
Sid does?
Well, I just talked to him here 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I didn't notice it, but
Yeah.
I
With
didn't know that.
Alzheimer's, you don't right off
You
the
don't a
top,
lot of
but after a
times.
Maybe I
while-
don't.
They have good days and bad
I
days.
didn't know
After
he
a while,
did.
it start, when you
I had
get
to have
people-
fishing going. He said,
you
"Well, I
get
haven't
people
been
repeating themselves and stuff like that, you know.
I haven't done too much fishing." I said.
Peg's awfully quiet over there.
Yeah,
on
I
that
was
corner.
gonna say.
He
I'm
told
keeping my
Carl,
mouth
he said,
shut.
"You know, it gets kind of lonely when you're by yourself. Get lonely."
That's why you get a cat.
I
Get a
think
cat
the
or a
kids are
dog.
pretty good to him.
What?
He
It's like
was-
the
he
Heartbreak
was with,
Hotel.
I think a daughter or something.
It's so
wasn't he?
lonely.
Yeah, it was Matt.
No,
Sue,
no,
what
not
was
at
the
the
middle
not
one?
Dairy Queen, at the when we were up, we talked.
Sing a bar.
When we were up at the,
Can't think
They
what
get
the
so
girl's
lonely,
name
they
was.
could cry.
Sue and
Dude.
Sid was there.
Was the daughter with him?
There was a daughter or granddaughter with him.
I
It
don't
was not
think-
Sue.
I don't think he
We went-
drives anymore.
Who?
Artist
I
was
don't-
driving when we saw
Yeah,
him.
I don't think
She's saying
Sid
different
drives
things.
anymore.
Doesn't think he drives anymore. But he
Oh,
was
he
with,
doesn't?
it was probably a granddaughter that was with him.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I would have stopped.
Terry, that oatmeal was delicious
Oh,
with
good.
all those.
If I give you this bar stool, will you sit?
Sit.
Yep. I ought to stop and see him, I guess.
So what other kind of troubles did you two get into when you were young?
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my goodness.
Never got into much trouble.
One night. One night. We were having a date.
Double
We
date?
were gonna go.
We were dating.
We couldn't go until we caught
Some stunk.
baby skunks. He wanted those baby skunks. Well, they're not gonna spray it. So
I had that all night long. The baby skunks on that.
we got up to the lake and it had,
That was a fun night because the women wouldn't be around.
that's when they were swimming out in the bar, out on the bar of the lake. Went out there.
You know that time you first drove your Beetle backed it in the pond there at your place, the Beetle? Your car Beetle,
Your VW.
the VW.
I did.
That was when you, after you stolen,
Well,
that
cross-
was after you were married.
Well, I don't know
because
if
that
it
was after, remember, we
Stolen
were down at your place.
the
At your, when you
pumpkins
lived
off
at
of
the
Ray
trailer.
Crosby's.
They went down to Crosky's,
Fort Ford.
stole
We
a,
trying to get
Oh, yes,
the
I
that
lights
was
off or
after
something. We
the-
backed
so
down
that's
in
after
there
they
and
were
you
married,
put
'cause
went
I
down into that
was-
drink. You pulled right out the
remember that
bank
one.
and right back up. We never stopped.
What year did you get, well, I know.
Ray died was
What
with us
year
then,
was
I
it?
think.
Yeah.
64.
64, we got married in 62.
Stealing pumpkins and watermelons and whatever we could get.
Carrie, this is good oatmeal, what is it?
It's good.
It's the, I don't know.
I
did it wrong. I didn't boil the water first. It's just the.
You did not?
One day,
Oh, that's awesome.
one
Yes, I
year,
did it right.
we grew some watermelon in our garage, or in our garden. Lee was kinda taking care of him, you know. He's just going to bed, about 11 o'clock. And he wasn't married then, he was still living at home.
Dave notices him.
And he looked out the window and the car turned around Piggy's driveway, started our way, but they turned the lights off. And he said, uh-oh, somebody's trying to get our watermelons, you know. So he got his clothes on, went out and stood by the garden there. We had 2 strands of wire across the end of the driveway, garden there, so the cattle wouldn't get up into the garden. Well, he saw these 2 guys coming, they went through this barbed wire, just 2 strands, got down and started picking watermelon. And he just said, "Hey boys, what are you doing?" They jumped up and took off, they forgot about that. That barbed wire, they flipped over, head over heels, ran down to the car and jumped in. Of course, they were coming
the wrong
toward-
way.
He laughed, and we didn't say nothing about it, but I think it was Kent Storrell and Richard Conklin who did that in the watermelon patch.
Well,
That was a good thing, the water. good
Dad did
watermelon.
that
Yeah.
when we
Steel
had that, we had an electric fence. We had the little apple orchard house, driveway, apple orchard. And he put electric fence out, put cattle out fall time, and they did the same thing. They were down where Mary and Ray, they parked off there and pulled off the road, and they got down, they're coming down to steal some, no, they were coming down to, no, they were coming, I guess, for Halloween. And Dad saw them, and all you could hear when Dad stepped out and said something, they started running. They forgot about the electric fence. You heard the fence. We're here! When they hit the fence, ow! One night we were out and
I had something nutritious.
Good for you.
they're yours.
Oh, okay, thanks.
And so like we'd been out that night and we came home late, and
Just set it
my
down
dad
right there.
always wore a nightgown, a red and white striped nightgown. And we came in, and just as we got in, and we saw the car parked down there, and so I said to Dad, Dad, somebody's down here, parked down here, they're gonna get me. He said, okay, you go let the dog out of the cellar. And he got an old mop, and he had his thing. And so when they were out toward the barn, I guess this had to be after those guys dumped all the milk machines and stuff down in the cistern. So anyway, he was not gonna let it happen, and so they let him out the barn, and he came out and he said, "Let the dog go." And I said, "Sick him, Jack." And Jack, roo roo roo. And Dad was standing in the driveway in this red and white striped nightgown with this mop, drinking mop. It scared the guys more than anything else, And they just split. They'd come run down. Oh, it's the driveway. And I don't know who they were. I don't remember who
I
they
know
were.
it was. No, it wasn't us.
It was her boyfriends. It was her boyfriends are the ones that used to cause all the problems.
Sealy and all them.
Seeley, Dave Seeley, Matcham. I
But
forget.
The
you
Matcham
remember the
family
time
that married
we was
Carol
out
Hyde?
Halloween and
Or
then
Carol
you went
Gossett?
home
Yeah.
and Claire and I the rest of us come over to your place and started,
Classmates.
your dad caught it.
Maybe that was the
Story's
I
time.
don't remember
So we're changing now.
it probably could have been the time because you went home and
Yeah.
you said, we'll follow Phil home and we'll Halloween them.
Well, it might have been the same, but
We
I don't
turned
remember.
tail, we'd Halloween anybody.
Yeah, we didn't care.
We
That tie horns down.
tie horns down.
That
That
was
was
more fun than
Wait.
anything else.
that was fun, but it
Tie
probably wasn't.
horns?
Huh?
That's back when they
On the
didn't
cars.
Well, that's
On
when the
cars,
horns had
you-
rings on them.
had rings on them, and you could push them.
You just put
Now they got these things you beat the things to death to get them to honk.
I
You don't even
know.
know
Hate
where
those things.
you don't even know where the horn's at.
That's
Cut
right.
pieces of wire this long.
Yeah.
and you'd go up and you'd slowly open the door. And if there were two people, one would cover the light if the light came up.
Yeah.
And then you'd reach in and take that horn ring and tie it around the steering wheel, and you'd pull it and give it a twist. Honk!
And then you
Take
take
off.
off.
We did that to Wally one night, and he ran to bed. Daddy never heard it run.
I never heard it.
And then the driver would be down the road, and the driver would come down, and as they'd come by, you just jump in the car and go. And so we'd say, how many horns could you do in a night? We did 11 one night.
My word.
Claire Sturl was good at that.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Just
was.
milk still good?
Yeah. Nobody's complaining
Well, the
so
other
far.
thing you used to do
Nobody's retching violently.
was take bags of manure and light them on fire in the green
never
doorbells
did
and.
that.
Yes, you did.
Where did I do that?
Uptown Wellington, you do that. You were one night, I'm gonna tell you. You may not have put it on him, but you was with us.
I didn't do it.
Use the
I
driver.
never have done
You're
that.
gonna slip a fresh cow pie, had dust on the bottom, you slide it in a bag.
I never.
Paper
I don't
bag?
think I ever did that. I've heard it being done, but I never did it.
Well,
Unless I forgot
Dale
about
wouldn't do that. Dale
I must have forgot about it.
Gussel and
I never did that.
I don't know who ever did it to Green. We
I
did
don't know
Gussel and some of those.
who you was thinking about, but it was never me.
Well, there was 2 or 3 of them. I thought you were with us.
That wasn't me. That was a lot of times I was there. I know
his mother
Sagaski and
wouldn't
some
let
of
him
the
go.
guys went down to the hitching post and started tipping over their outhouses. And he
That's
fell
a
in.
dirty business.
Remember that? They ain't riding the car with his leg out
Well,
the
yeah,
window.
well, they couldn't get rid of him fast enough. But I wasn't in on that either. I wasn't on that. I heard
You guys
that
would
story.
tip over outhouses?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that was a big
the
time thing.
Getting rhythm. When you're running, yeah, poof.
Every farmer had an outhouse. That was before running water. Even after that. I mean,
Well, sure.
They're so
everybody had
convenient.
one.
Why would you?
You had one. We had
Yeah.
one. Every farmer had it.
We set those things up yearly. And Dime Seeley and all those guys would come and hit those things.
Multiple times a year if they been sitting.
Yeah. Anything
Well,
that-
that's-
Usually Halloween, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Usually Halloween.
They did that instead of doing drugs and.
You guys were good boys.
Well, the guy,
That's why I
yep,
say compared to what the kids do today for entertainment, it's.
we
But
said,
see,
corn- right.
Well, it seems like the days have changed, you know. Everybody, when you went to school, everybody was, their parents were farmers. So you jostled back and forth. You went from one farm to the other farm, and you always tried to top the other guy, and nowadays you don't have any of that.
How many watermelons, how many you can steal, how many things. Were you in a couple times when the guys would go park their cars out in the, they'd be, out in a parking, in a field somewhere, take their girlfriends out there in the laneways and places like that? Did you ever
And then
go
what
out
about that?
and tie the,
You doing it?
huh?
Do what?
Tie your rope to the bumper
Oh,
of
right.
the car and then tie it to a fence post.
And then blow, and then knock
And knock
on
on the fence.
take
The fender the next day, and then you see the
take a
bumper.
bumper right off the car.
Yeah, sometimes it did.
I pictured the fence
I'm
post
glad
coming
your
down.
boys are still asleep.
Oh.
No, I never did that. I never did that.
Well, one time I did, and sorry I did. We were 2 or 3 of us out there.
Were you in the car tying
Not a lot of time. I never did that. I wouldn't do. I was a nice guy. I was a good guy.
Would you like to step aside?
But one night we did that, and I'm lost of where it is, but it was not Penfield, Pittsfield area. It's, I don't know, somewhere. I don't want to get somewhere where it was. And we went back and we got the rope and we found the tree, tied it, and you make a loop. You made a loop so you could just hook it over the bumper. And so we got that and got it tied, and I don't know who else. Could have been John Wheatley. I don't remember who it was. There was some unusual fellows. Knocked on this black car, and it was a black car. And all of a sudden, cranked the window down. We shot some guns in here. Boy, talk about changing drawers. That night, that scared me to death. I never did it after that. But man, You
He
know,
was ready for it.
yeah, he knew it was coming, so he just shot his gun in the air.
Oh my
I'm glad he
goodness.
shot in the air.
Wow.
But boy, we didn't do that anymore, Kobe.
Man. The pranks. This is right up your alley, Cameron.
This is,
Maybe
I'm learning a few
20
things. I
years
hadn't
ago.
heard of that.
Well,
I'm gonna be tying ropes to bumpers.
In college, he and his buddies would torment this one kid with all kinds of pranks, and they'd be just plausible enough that the kid never suspected that it was them. Beat up his bag of
Call
potato
that
chips.
bullying, don't you? When you're torn that kid?
Yeah, sure.
Oh no.
He earned it.
Oh, yeah.
That's against the law, you know, nowadays.
Or when I bullied your mom and Connie and Mark's neighbor that one night.
Oh man, that was a good one. This kind of sounds like what
You have any more of that there, please?
Bill and Dale used to do.
Yeah.
You did
Tell
what
them
to-
about
to-
that, Cameron.
What did you do, Cameron?
Well, Connie and is
Oh.
it Connie and Mark?
Yep.
Keller down the road.
Yeah, I know who you, yeah.
They were complaining one day that eggs were on sale, and whenever that happened, some teenagers would get eggs and come and egg their house.
Okay.
And they said they would pull into the driveway that was just to the north of their property. So I said, well, I'll stay up and wait for them, you know, and I said, when I see them, I'll come tearing down 511, I'll lay on the horn, and you guys can get up and, you know, see who it is. So, about 1 in the morning, here comes this Jeep down south on 511, starts slowing down. I thought, oh, this is them. In the Jeep, they got a bunch of kids in there. $10, this is them. So I was sitting in our van. I turned it on. I started down 511, turned my brakes on, my hazards. I'm laying on the horn, you know, and the car pulls into the driveway, and and I pull in behind him real fast. By this time, the driver's gotten out, is like standing next to the mailbox. I don't remember exactly how the conversation went, but I was like, "What do you guys think you're doing?" And they were like, well, "We live here." What do you mean?
We're getting our mail.
Yeah, they were like, "We were just getting our mail." You know? And so all of a sudden, I'm thinking, "Wait a minute, this isn't who I thought it was." And about that time, here comes Viv in her van, her car coming down the road. And she recognizes them, it's just the neighbors, they were coming home.
Is that Brennan across the road?
No, it was the people that live clear back behind
Oh,
Connie
behind
Connie.
in that new house.
Yeah.
Way off the road.
Way
Oh,
back in
brother.
there.
And Connie and Mark slept through the whole thing, and never
Wonder the guy didn't tackle you.
Yeah.
I think they were just so dazed, you know, I mean, all of a sudden, here's 1 in the morning, and, you know, I'm flying down the road.
This 6'2" guy get out of the car and, what are you doing here, huh?
Lights flashing.
Sorry, officer, I live here.
In a minivan too.
Yeah, they probably thought somebody was hurt, or, you know, there was some emergency.
Well, maybe it was a good thing Vivian showed up.
Yeah.
It probably
So we could
was, otherwise
vouch
they
for
would-
him.
Yeah.
That's my crazy son.
Why?
Oh my.
Dad used to have corn shocks. You know, he'd shock his corn. And every year, those Seeley and those guys would come and run down through the field, and they'd run and they'd hit that corn shock and knock it down. And he would get so mad because he'd have 10, 12 shocks knocked down. I don't need it. So he said, I'm fixing, I saw him out there one day, and he's putting wood posts in the ground. And then he put the shot up. And I don't know whether it was Dave or which one of them had hit it when they started running, hit it and hurt their shoulder. And I think of the football player, which one of those played football?
Well, they didn't probably am because they didn't in football in Brighton.
No, it didn't.
No, this was in their latter.
You didn't go to Wellington.
Just my senior
Yeah.
year.
Oh, you did go.
Yeah. we-
Anyway, one of them
this-
hurt their shoulder and they couldn't play football that night because they hit that post and corn shock didn't go over. And now Dad'll get sued.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, he would.
I get sued for it.
Well, they put the corn shock on the side of the road and put toilet paper across it or something like that. Cars slamming on their brakes.
Oh,
Thinking
we
they
did
were-
that to I think it was
And,
Richard Andel and Nancy and myself, and we went down by the bridge, and we put toilet paper across the road, and hid in the ditch, and Aunt Helen came and she saw that toilet paper and slammed on the brake and got out. Oh, she was so mad. She
Well,
realized
you
it
and
was,
I did that one night, but we didn't have corn shocks, we just raised the toilet paper up.
yeah,
on
well,
the
maybe
car.
you were
And
with us
she slammed
then.
her brakes on and lights were coming toward us toward the ditch and we ran back through the fields and go back
Oh,
home.
my goodness.
Oh, mercy. And then she came in, what, a night or two afterwards, or sitting at the table talking about it, we're going, oh man.
So she didn't know it was you guys?
No,
Oh my
we
goodness.
didn't tell her.
Oh, she was on her way to work because she
Yeah,
worked
11
nights as a
o'clock.
nurse in Oberlin.
Did you guys read a bunch of Mark Twain books in school or something?
That was just
Guys are-
Well, there was a lot
They
of
wrote
tricks, a lot of tricks that going on, and people remember them, they just keep doing them every year, you know.
and throw corn at cars as they
Yeah,
go
throw corn.
past.
Oh my word.
Yeah, one car stopped. This was in front of Ray Krosky's
All
place.
bad growing up in town, was it?
No, it wasn't.
We didn't do those
They were
simple
down at
things.
Sturos, you know, Alice and Kent invited us down, they had a party, birthday party for, I think it was Alice, I don't know for sure, but it doesn't make any difference. And we were all having it. Finally, Mary, the mother, came in to Kent and them. And
See
said,
ya.
I hear something against the window in the porch on the back of their house.
All right.
Something hitting the window. And they went out of there, and here a guy was throwing corn into the window, you know. And I was just a little tight guy, and I went out in the front yard, and I could see this guy go out down and stare down Jones Road towards our place. And I think Vivian Conklin was right on their tail, and she just about caught him. And I think it was Richard Andrews what it was. If I remember right, they come to find out over the talk that it was Richard Andrews doing it. But he was just had a prank, you know. We was having a party, and he was throwing corn at the window. But they about caught him. About got to our place, they just about had him.
It was a
but,
foot race?
Yeah,
right?
foot race, right down the middle of the road. Vivian Conklin, she could run pretty good.
He must have
And,
had square wheels if a girl was catching up to him.
What's it, Frances is up at the Elms. She's right across.
Frances Andel?
Yeah, she's right across from Zeph's room.
Is that right?
Yeah.
No kidding.
She's been there, well, Zeph's been there since March, so she came in a little bit after that.
Why is she up here when her daughters are in Florida, aren't they?
Well, I think
Linda is, yeah.
Linda and
Laura.
Laura
Laura.
are there, but Luann takes care of her, was taking care of her. And,
Luann's pretty good.
I mean, she.
Well, Luann was the one that wasn't quite.
She went
No,
to
that's the
Leona.
other
Leona.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Was
Luann takes care of Leona, or is, I mean, I think she's independent, I think she lives by herself, I mean, I see her out a lot by herself, Leona, but
was
Luann's the
in
one that
college.
was taking care of Frances.
Luann. Man, I can't
Luann
see
was the
her.
And what?
youngest, wasn't she?
I think she was.
I think Luann was the youngest.
I mean, she
Linda, Laura,
seems,
Leona,
yeah,
and-
she
Oh
seems
my goodness,
to,
that's
I don't know how
tremendous.
many years Frances has been up here, but she's
They come back from
probably
Florida.
dementia or Alzheimer's or something, she wanders a lot.
Is
If
that
you
right?
don't, occasionally you'll see her pushing somebody down the hall in a wheelchair, whether they want to be pushed or not, you know, and you have to take her back to her
That's
room.
interesting.
About 2 years ago, the 4th of July, I knew Linda was in town. Somebody told me at the evening thing at the 4th of July in Rochester, they have fireworks and the food camp and a lot of little games, you know, the fire department put on. And I was up there and I said, they said that Linda was in town and going to be up there. And I said, well, tell her I want to see her. I mean, I saw her. They were really nice. Yeah, and Laura was there, and the whole family was, and Frances was there. But I talked to Frances, but you didn't know whether she was talking, knew you or not. She said she did, but
When they get that stare.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I've talked to her, but I don't think she knows me.
Kind of that stare right there.
I think Linda's probably the solid one
Your
of them
glasses
all.
still
I couldn't tell
Why don't you
whether
stop
it
it?
was
Remember we stopped
if,
one time
whether
at
the
Walmart
Lord
or somewhere,
really
the optical
in their
department,
life or
and they
not,
could
you
adjust
know.
that nose
But,
piece.
That is good. But Luann's the
Don't know
one
which
that's
way to
really
bend on
taking
that's my
care
problem.
of
It's
the
opposite of what
family.
you
and
think.
You
all
don't
that.
need to bend it, you need to let them bend.
She's had a hard life too, but I don't know. She probably not living for the Lord. If she knew the Lord. I don't know about the other two. I think Linda is pretty much. Because she said in the, when they had an article about it, she said she went to the Baptist church in Florida somewhere. Wherever she
Oh,
was.
yeah, she was the resident of the month, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Frances,
Francis.
on papers they hand out at the nursing home.
Huh.
And they featured her one
I
day.
wonder if Ray Krosky knows she's there.
I have no
Because
idea.
he was,
I don't
he
know.
always had, talked to her. And
Inter-
when she was,
Interact with
yeah,
her.
yeah.
I don't know.
Really?
Well, probably Linda would know him anyway,
Mm-hmm.
if he went to visit her.
Francis wouldn't.
Well,
Or
when I was
Francis.
when I was sitting by the food tent talking to Jerry Cowie, and I noticed this girl looking down at me, and I thought, who is that? And finally, it was Linda.
He's
Yeah,
back
and
to the fourth.
I-
Several years
At the
ago.
fourth.
Yeah.
At the fourth.
Yeah.
I recognized Linda, and I said, well, I went up and hugged her and talked. She said, well, my mother and sisters are over here. And I said, well, let's go over there. And,
Was Laura there too?
well, Lois, yeah.
Huh.
That's Meredith, you can hear by the way she
I was
walks.
gonna say Meredith's got us the gate.
She never asked to do
Remember
ballet
Bussy
class.
Joe Wolf,
Did she cough last night?
Orrin
Did she
Wilcox,
sleep very well?
all three of them were
Ask Peg.
skinny.
Her bedroom's
and
right on the other
sick. I
side.
never
I
heard
never
of
heard
Never
her.
I
would've-
didn't hear anything.
I told
Well,
her if she coughed too much to
Buffy-
come down and sleep on the
Well,
sofa, but
didn't he have,
Yeah,
No,
sugar.
I
He had to get
I
himself
got
in
one
some
for the
shots
doctor,
all the
but
time.
You had
I
sugar
slept
with
well.
that,
Me
Yeah.
too, I got up once.
he found the
No.
right door. He found the right door.
Yeah. it-
Joe,
you had-
I think
there's
I seen his
light
obituary.
there in the-
Really?
in the-
That helped.
Wasn't he run over with a wagon?
Who? That was Bussy.
Joe Wolf.
Joe, I think that was Bussy.
Yeah, it could
Uh,
be Joe.
I think, no, wait, I'll take that back.
Bussy Wolf.
Chip Gloss.
What did they get?
Chip
the name?
Gloss had them kids
Bussy.
helping him make hay.
Yeah.
Buzzy? Was it Buzzy or Bussy?
Who?
Bussy.
Bussy or Buzzy?
Buzzy.
Bussy.
Where did they come from?
I don't know.
Hey, Bussy. Well,
So he was run over by a farm wagon?
one of them was. I
That's
remember.
That's Linda Andel's brother.
Oh, goodness.
What?
No,
No,
Francis.
Francis.
Oh, what do I say?
Francis.
said Linda.
Francis.
Francis's
Bussy.
She was.
I'm trying to figure who got run, whether it was Sidney Murray or
I think it was Joe Wolf.
you think it was Joe.
Yeah.
I don't think that. We disagree and we do that.
Somebody.
You can't,